Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Enough Said podcast. As usual, we are in season 4, episode number 12, guys. And a little slow week with the Eagles bye week last week, but Mike had a big win. So we'll talk about that today and much, much more. As always, the Enough Said crew at gmail.com. Let us know if you're listening and give us your feedback. You can always chat with us in the stream too. And guys, let's talk about this. A special episode, Thanksgiving episode, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So we're going to talk about that as well. So we are off next Sunday, but we'll be ready to go Wednesday night for sure. So make sure you check us out. As always, subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can check out our social media channels as well. Enough Said crew. All right. Let's introduce the normal crew, but we got to start with the birthday guy first. And I got to give Mike credit for this one because I love it. So back in the day, he shot pool with a high top fro. It's hard to believe he is 1 year away from the big 5-0. What up, Dre? Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, what's up, fellas? I don't know where you dig that one up, man. God, that picture. I said, oh, my God.
Yeah, I was laughing at that. I was like, man, he looked straight out of Kid and Play, man.
Yeah.
He had the high top. Yeah. Like, this high, too, man.
Yeah. Somewhere, I was talking to my mom, and somewhere we got pictures from earlier on. I just got to find them, man. I know there's more around.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, birthday was yesterday. The 4-9. I'm still in the 4. Still in the 4. Great time with my family, man. And we had a good time. Went out to a steakhouse and had some good eating and just followed with meeting some more family. So I celebrated very well.
That's cool.
Great.
That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to start on time next time, man. It's 11:02, Dre. All right, so let's get it again.
Wow, that's funny coming from somebody who never. Black, right? I know, right? Calling the kettle black. I mean, wow. Yeah. That's time you came on at least 2 minutes before.
You know, that's a perfect segue. So let me introduce Jermaine because that goes along with my intro here. When he opens his mouth, he takes a lot of knocks. He can just go and kick those damn rocks. Since he opened his mouth, you know.
Yeah, what's up, fellas? What's up, Dre? Dre. Yeah, that's my little brother. That's my little brother, man.
Yeah, so. And again, belated. See how late you are? You said today. Hey.
Oh man! Well, our sponsor today is Ruth Chris Steakhouse, by the way. That's our sponsor. Dre never tried it before, but you liked it, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's your first time.
Yeah, man. I don't do steakhouse that much, but yeah, that was my first time.
How do you? All right, so this is the $100 million question. How do you have your steak cooked?
I have it cooked medium well.
Okay, all right, good. All right, because if I'd have heard well done, you know what I mean?
No, they bring that joint out. It's like boom.
They're picking it off the pan.
That's what I'm talking about.
The ones that they overcook. Yeah, give them this one.
Taste the burnt kernels.
All right, how do you chewing them 100 times for one? Yeah, man.
Yeah, you taste all the burnt kernels, crunchy.
Yeah, you guys do. I know, right? You guys do medium well.
I do medium.
I do medium. Sometimes I do medium sometimes too.
Yeah. Okay.
I used to do medium well, and I went to this Brazilian steakhouse, where they bring the meats and they cut it, and those cook medium to medium rare.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was so tender, and after that, I was just kind of like, man,
they were medium. Yeah, I've done medium, but I was just playing safe with Ruth. I didn't know.
You gotta be careful with that. Just a little.
Yeah. That place that Mike's talking about, they got cards, like a green card, and like that green card, they just keep coming. You got to put the red card up, like stop. I heard about that, man. That's my next stop, man. The Brazilian.
Okay.
Yeah. I like my steak like my women medium rare.
Whoa!
All right.
Kate is
all right, Kate.
Yeah, I was
done.
Is Kate listening?
Yeah,
she's well done.
And it's another perfect segue. The reason why I said that to introduce Mike. So here we go. His 49ers got a big win and may have avoided hitting the wall. Now, if he can only do the same thing with that girl in 9-ball. What up, Mike?
Hey, what's up?
Was she there this week? You said she didn't play, or what? What was going on?
I didn't play it. No, every team plays different, different teams every week. But she was there. I told my buddy about it. Y'all were messing with me about it. He was like, yeah. He can see why you say what I said. But no.
That's great.
Wow. I actually had pretty wild match. I had 2 matches this week, and they both pretty wild. I played. They have skill levels, and so I'm ranked a 5 in both 9-ball and 8-ball, and I had to play people who are lower skill levels. So it means they have to beat me, but they don't have to win as much. And so the one match I had like I got an 8 on the break. I won that one. Otherwise, I probably would have lost. So I closed that one out. And then the 9-ball match, I had to get 3 balls. I had to get 2 balls, so 2 points. Like you make a 9-ball, you get 2 points. The other person had to get 3 points. And I just saw this combo shot. And I hit the 1 into the 9. The 9 hit the rail, came back up tables in the corner. They all looking at me like, dang. I was just like, I don't know. I just saw it. I was just kind of like, the hell,
using his own.
Bam.
There you go.
I was just like, let's get out of here. My team was just kind of like, that's what I'm talking about, Mike. That's what I'm like, just let's get on out of here.
Right.
See what happens when you don't get distracted,
Stay focused, right?
Focus. Gotta stay focused. But and that gets to another segue. Speaking of staying focused, this is like you guys are teeing up softballs for me today here. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the Niners. They certainly were focused and got a big win, man. So everybody happy now, Mike, in San Francisco. They're back. People are all excited. And what's going on?
The bye week helped a lot. I think and they even kind of self-admitted that they were a little tired in that Bengals game. Like the defense was a little slow. They just were kind of physically banged up. They still should have won the games that they lost, especially I think the Browns game and the Minnesota game. But I think getting healthy helped. 2 weeks to prepare for Jacksonville. Some of the changes they made, Chase Young had an impact. Steve Wilks, defensive coordinator, coming down to the sidelines and kind of communicating more with the individual player groups, I think had an impact. Just so they can kind of feed off of his emotion. He could feed off their emotion, but also just the communication was just a lot better. And then, Brock Purdy looked pretty solid. Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuels definitely made an impression, that he was missed. I guess I was sitting there trying to trade him for Devontae Adams, but I think, Deebo is, I think the team likes him. I think they feed off his energy. So I think he was definitely missed being on the field. So, Jacksonville is good. Don't get me wrong, but Jacksonville has some significant flaws, and that's kind of why I picked San Francisco to win that game. Cause I've seen Jacksonville's flaw. Trevor Lawrence turns the ball over too much. He still fumbles. He still throws interceptions. He still hasn't hit that level yet that everyone's been kind of preaching about. Like, Trevor Lawrence is the next. He was number 1 pick. He's going to be this great, and then he hasn't hit that yet. And then they don't really commit to the run, and their defense is decent, but it's not like lights out. They're still growing. They're still a young and growing team, and I think you saw that. I mean, they should have did better than 3 points. I thought they would do better.
Yeah.
3 points. I thought it was going to be a little bit more competitive than that. I like 34-3.
I really took a sacrifice pick on that because, like, deep down, like I knew, like that's what I wanted to see from San Fran. San Fran had to come out and make a statement game after the 3 losses y'all had?
Yeah,
3 losses. You couldn't go 4. I mean, then it'd be like, man, and the Jags, so hats off to y'all. I mean,
yeah. KD getting in early here saying, they finally are healthy. And
what up, KD?
Big difference. What up, KD?
Dressed up.
Yeah.
Podcast. Using the house.
Yeah.
What's up, KD? Yeah, Trent Williams was back. That made a difference on the offensive line as well. They just one thing I've seen with San Francisco this year, and it's still a concern I have, is playing from behind or playing those close games like the ones they lost, where things weren't going too well and being able to kind of pull out a win. This was another one of those, hey, San Francisco got the ball, they got to score early and kind of dictated the tempo from the jump. And then it just snowballed. And the other games that they won, like the Cowboys game was kind of like that. They jumped on them and never let them off the mat. But you're going to have a game where it's going to be tight or ugly like the Browns game or the Minnesota game. And you got to be able to pull those games out. And I hate to watch those kind of games. I mean, they're nail biting like the Jimmy G kind of games. But you're going to have that, especially going into deeper into the playoffs and later in the season and stuff. And so I still need to see them win those kind of games, to win ugly games. They haven't done that yet.
Yeah, the Eagles certainly have done that. But yeah, I want to transition a little bit here because we saw another quarterback go down this week, guys, for the season. That's Joe Burrow. He's out for the season. So he's done. Yeah, strained ligament. So, I mean, I know, Dre, you want to comment on this too, because quarterbacks got paid a lot of money. And they haven't performed this year. There's been some injuries, a lot of things going on. What do you think? Are they paying these guys too soon? Or these guys, what's happened? I know you had some feelings towards that this week.
I mean, injuries happen. We know that. But what I looked at overall is basically you paying these guys all this money for just doing par stuff that an NFL player should do. And I'll talk about Jalen Hurts. Like I told you guys, like I wasn't happy with his contract. I thought he gave him too much money. Remember, his freshman, his rookie year, he comes in. All of us said that, yo, this guy can't throw. He doesn't know how to read plays and all that. But then he showed improvement, what a quarterback's supposed to do, right? And then, yes, he did take us to the Super Bowl. But to me, it's like, okay, great. But to me, those accolades from the Super Bowl doesn't transfer to over a Patrick Mahomes contract, okay, $500 million. Like, I'm like, what? Why are you giving him that much money for just doing what a quarterback is supposed to do? You know? And then, like, Burrows, yeah, he had his injuries and stuff. Deshaun Watson, that guy is way overpaid. Out. You know, the towel's out.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go on and mention, Jimmy
G,
Lamar, Jimmy G, Lamar Jackson got his, but Danny Dimes, I forgot about him too. So overall, I'm saying, like, why pay all this money to these guys that we ran before? I mean, you got Sam Howell leading the league right now in passing. Like, who Sam Howell, really? Like, I don't. For me, in my opinion, that's just sad. As all these quarterbacks out here that get top dollar and whatnot, and they're not performing where they should be.
Yeah, Jermaine, I've been on Howie all along about this, and he paid Carson Wentz. He's paying Hurts. Jermaine, Dre got a point.
What are you gonna do, guys? I mean, come on. This is what you're calling for. All right, if you're not going to pay these players, and look, and you guys brought up Jimmy G, you guys brought up Danny Dimes. Yeah, I would not have paid these guys that money. All right. But you got the Joe Burrows, you got the Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? That's another tier. I mean, what other talent? You know what I mean? You got to go out there. If you got the money, spend it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like Dre said, injuries are very unfortunate. It is. I mean, because Jalen could go out here tomorrow and get busted up. Patrick Mahomes could go out there and get busted up. But bottom line is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to pay these people or they're going to walk? Because my thing is somebody else is going to pay them. And somebody else is going to pay them big time, So, I mean, the money's there. Pay it. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Lance saying hi, Jermaine. Shout out to Lance for joining us. So.
Here's my thing on the guys getting paid. You know what? Take Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow out of the game and see how the team does, and then tell me how much money you would pay to have them go back in the game. Because you can't win if you don't have them.
Yep.
You saw it with Burrow, with the Ravens. Once he was out the game, the whole entire team lost their energy. The defense was done, the offense was done, the special teams were done, the coaches were done.
Yeah,
that guy's worth is paid right there. He has a lot of money, but these guys, they're like the MVP of their teams. I mean, if Jalen Hurts got hurt today, you guys are flat out would be like, we're done. Marcus Mariota's not taking us nowhere. Season's a wrap. That's how critical these guys. A guy like Danny Dimes, he gets hurt. People are like, man, that guy's garbage. He don't mean nothing to us. Yeah, he got overpaid. Jimmy G overpaid. The Towel, they were doing well with PJ Walker, I thought, so
Kobe Brissett.
Obviously he got overpaid, but those key guys like Lamar, you take him out the game, the whole season flips, it just the money's worth it right there. Because
that's what I think. But for Carson Wentz, the money's worth it for Carson Wentz. Look at that though.
But what I'm saying is,
what if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt?
Carson Wentz
didn't get what I'm saying is, what if he didn't get hurt?
He went to 3 teams. He didn't do anything with 3 teams.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, if he didn't get hurt in that LA game, what are we talking about?
We don't know.
I'm just saying, we don't know. But go ahead, Dre. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, all good. What my emphasis is, and I'll give another good example, is Joe Flacco. Okay, when they beat San Fran for the Super Bowl, right? It was Baltimore, right? They ended up paying him after winning the Super Bowl $100 million for the next year. Right. And what did he do? Yeah. He stuck up the joint. Like, he's not worth the money. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think these players are worth that money just because you did something good for, I got my work bonus, but overall I still need to perform, keep going and perform to get that thing. So
you putting Joe Flacco in there? This is what I'm saying.
No, I'm putting
listen.
No, you're not saying two different things. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, though, why I'm putting Joe Flacco in there because of what he got paid for. That's what I'm saying.
He's in another tier because I agree with you. Why pay that man $100 million? You know what I mean? Why pay him $100 million? But I put him in the same category as Danny Dimes and Jimmy G. You know what I'm trying to say? So you're saying guys. So I'm assuming that you're bringing in as a whole, Dre, as far as the Jalen Hurts and everybody else. But Jalen Hurts and those Joe Burrows, they're on another Lamar Jackson. Yeah. They're on another tier, man. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. They're on another tier.
Well, I guess I'm the Scrooge coming up for Christmas. I'm Stench because I don't think they should get paid that much money.
Okay.
That's crazy with the amount of money. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They're crazy about amount of money. And I just, that's all I'm
but
saying.
What are you going to do? So somebody's going to walk and somebody's going to pay. All right, we give you this. And then he's like, oh, okay, I'll leave. And then they'll get paid something else. I mean, like Mike was saying, Mike hit it on the nail. I was like, look, if Jalen Hurts go down, this segment that we're talking about right now is going to go totally north. I mean, south. It is. It's going to get ugly. We're all going to be bitching and complaining. You know what I mean? Saying it's over, and then Marcus Mariota, man, come on, dog. I mean, Joe Burrow is deflated. I mean,
we said it was over when Carson Wentz.
Yeah, right. On this thing, man.
And we said it was over when Carson Wentz went down, and daggone, what's the name took over the Philly.
Nick
Foles. Foles won a Super Bowl.
He called that lightning. Come on, man. He caught fire in a bottle, man. Come on.
I'll take it.
Now look at Nick Foles. Where's Nick Foles now?
Yeah, and the thing is,
grocery bag.
It's about the effect of the team. Carson Wentz wasn't really a team leader to start with. So when he went down, you missed the talent, but the guys in the team were kind of like, we could rally around Nick Foles, because he's all right. But Joe Burrow is the kind of guy that, when he's not there, man, that guy's swag, this guy's leadership, everything. When it's not there, I mean, he can talk. It's almost like watching Aaron Rodgers with the Jets a little bit, and them going through Zach Wilson and just the struggles they're having. It's just when you have a leader like that, that's off the field, that's where you start to see that value, regardless of what the actual dollar value is of the contract. It's just the value of it, to your franchise. I mean, if your whole entire season is over, you pay whatever amount of money you want to try to get to the Super Bowl, So that's why I think the guys like Lamar and stuff like that, I'm not too mad about their contracts. I mean, they can play better. Everybody this year has kind of struggled. Every time we anoint somebody MVP, the next week they go staple up even Lamar, who was all talking.
Right, that's right.
Really good. Yeah. And then he goes out there and then there's a fumble and an interception. Granted, it was a batted ball, but still, it's like big six and all this stuff. And then you're like, these guys, but they're young. You know what? They're all young. And they all really are playing a lot earlier in the career than back in the day. I think it was Steve Young playing for San Francisco, how long he was a backup in Tampa Bay before he became a starter. They don't do that no more. So
Yeah,
That's
well,
true.
it is hard to
True.
find a
True,
backup
Jay.
swing league quarterback. That's because you got to pay both of them, right? I mean, who are
There's
you
no
going to
way.
pay when you're paying Jalen Hurts that type of money? I mean, who are you
Yeah.
going to get?
That's what you're going to
And
get.
who's going to want to come to the team knowing that Jalen Hurts is in front of them and they're not going to play either? These guys want to be starters, so that's
Yeah.
it's another reason why, you know. So
I
I
know
mean,
Mariota would be a starter. I think he was happy to be behind Jalen Hurts.
Who,
well,
Mariota?
that's another-
Mariota,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Recording that show, that
Mhm.
quarterback
Yeah,
show. I think he was
yeah.
happy. He was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
dig
he-
this. I'll never get hit."
I mean, come on, man. He's just started a family, you know, new father and all that. He's
Mhm.
coming to Philly. He's trying to get, you know, settled in. So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why Jimmy G got paid is because he was dancing around with those Warriors cheerleaders. You know what I mean? Mike knows about that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, there's talk that he's going to go somewhere else next year, and that they're trading
Who?
him
Jimmy
already.
G?
Oh, absolutely.
Jimmy G.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jimmy G
That was
needs,
a
he
rental.
just needs to go home, man. That's
Yeah.
all. He don't need to go. What other team is going to just? I mean, just
Mhm.
looking at his stats this year, you know,
Yeah.
it's just why somebody you'd be stupid to pick him up unless you just pick him up as a backup. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His starter days are over. They're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I think
know?
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I think that's it for Jimmy as a starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and let's get Dre fired up because I know this is going to get him real fired up. You know who's coming back in the middle of December. You know he's going to be out there. There's talk about it. He's throwing already. Your boy sitting in a dark room thinking
Aaron
about
Rodgers.
it. Yep,
Yeah.
you know
It's
he's
real
coming.
And that's
Yeah.
another dumb thing. Why would you bring this man back after 4 months? I
Mhm.
don't care if this man, the doctor, was a genius and all that stuff. You're what? You 40, push it 40 or
Yep.
whatever. I mean,
Mhm.
no. And your Jets are not going anywhere. So why even do that? Just wait till
Look.
next year because they signed him for 2 years, didn't they? They
Right.
signed him for 2
I
years.
think so. 2 years.
come back,
I,
yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, Jermaine, because all you can do is come out and pop the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, first play, whoop, there goes. You got to repair that one.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's
So-
true.
Yeah. Well, again, another great transition here, guys. Speaking of pop, Dre, tell us what happened last week. We all got slaughtered. I mean, we didn't have
Oh,
one
our
pick
picks?
right
Yeah,
last week.
so-
I mean, bring that up, dude. Because
Yeah, we'll bring it up. So we know we picked Baltimore. We had Detroit and
This is
LA
bad.
Chargers. We had the Bengals, the Saints,
Mhm.
Minnesota, and San Fran and Jack. So Mike and Jermaine are 2 and 3 for those picks. They got 2 out of the 3.
Mhm.
Sal and I, we only were 1 and 4. So,
You were all wrong last week,
so
man.
now looking at the standings,
Ooh, I made no ground up. I was so bad about
Jermaine
that.
moved
I
up
coulda made
2
up ground.
games. You know,
Right.
Jermaine moved up 2 games. Sal, I'm only 1 game
Chargers.
back from you,
Yep.
but we got to catch up to Mike so we can you
Yeah.
know see if we can do anything. But look at that, man. 33 and 17 is Jermaine. So he's hanging on with his arms length away from Mike by 2 games. So these
I coulda
picks
made
coming
up
up,
ground.
and you know the December picks are going to be the most crucial ones, I think.
Yeah.
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 because you're
Oh,
picking
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So
And there's
this
a
is
lot
gonna
of
be
close
interesting.
games this week. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
ton of close games this week that are going to be really interesting to pick that we're going to go through here in a second. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, last week was a rough one. That's that was for sure. There was a couple games that surprised us, and then we're close too. Like we're talking like
Yeah.
2-3 points, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
all right. Well, let's kick it off. The
Yeah.
first one happens to be, speaking of Jimmy G, we got Las Vegas and Miami. Now, Las Vegas is 5-5. Miami is 6-3. So we got Tua.
Why are we
So,
doing this game? I mean, yeah,
Why
you
not?
got Tua versus what versus the Raiders?
yeah, man.
I mean, you know who we're all going with. I mean, you just be crazy if you go against Vegas. Come on, I'm picking for everybody. Miami. Next question.
Wow. All right. Well, let's just say that.
Oh,
Anybody
what?
not
What?
picking
What? What?
Miami?
Really?
No, no. I'm
All right, well,
gonna
Jermaine picked
I'm gonna-
Miami from thinking it's unanimous decision, so that's Miami.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
KG,
with
man.
Miami. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
I was the one to kind of suggest this again because you know the Raiders are kind of riding that new coach, momentum.
Mhm.
It is kind of like Josh McDaniels being gone. It's like the Wicked Witch of the West, getting
Thank
water
God,
from.
another Chip Kelly.
So it's like, now they got Antonio Pierce coaching and seeing to have a little bit more fire.
Mm.
Is it going to carry over to a real winning team? Because they won 2 straight, but they're against lousy teams like the Jets. But
Yeah.
now they're going to play Miami. Do they have a chance to actually make some noise? And that's why I kind of said this game could be interesting, especially with Max Crosby. I mean, if he gets back on Tua and put some pressure, they can make a game out of it.
Wow.
But yeah, I would pick Miami. Don't get me wrong.
So you taking Miami, Mike?
Yeah, I got
All
Miami.
right, Miami. All right.
Yeah.
Sal, you go. I'll go last.
Yeah, just getting KD in here. Says, 11 games are 1-score games last week, man. It was
Yeah.
a wild one last week. Worse than Chip.
Worse than Chip. Really? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
They're both
Trash coach keeps getting paid.
trash
Yeah, Chip's
coach.
about to get fired, by the
that
way.
keeps getting paid. Yeah, that's true. Look, Josh McDaniel needs to go back to New England, offensive coordinator. That's his job because he reached his plateau. He ain't no head coach.
Yeah.
And he proved it when he's with Denver when he had Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with Jermaine on that. I just don't see them getting past, Miami. So I'm going to stick with Miami on this one as well.
So this is at Vegas.
This is at Miami, I think.
Does it really matter?
Yeah.
It
Does
doesn't
it
really
really
matter.
matter?
Yeah.
You
Last
know
week
we're
I
all
went
gonna
with
get-
my home
I mean,
team.
think
We're
about
gonna
it.
get we're gonna
Hold
get
on.
proved wrong.
Hold on,
You know what's
I'm
gonna
gonna put this-
happen.
I know, yeah.
But hold on. Let me
Tua's
put it,
gonna get hurt, concussed, or something.
Yeah,
but hold on. Let's put it in Jermaine's head. So we were
boy.
about Miami and Philly, right?
yeah.
We were like, oh God, it came off a 70 game and all that. And what
Right.
did we do? We put pressure on Tua. Crosby and those guys can do the same thing. They can. Offensively, I don't know. They got problems. Quarterback trying to
Aiden
get
O'Connell,
to
yeah.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams.
You're relying on one man.
I know,
I don't know.
one
Yeah, I
man,
know.
but-
Yeah, I don't
but-
know who. I don't know who's on that line and whatnot.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to make it sound.
you
interesting.
gotta have
Like,
a
hell
game.
no,
Yeah,
I'm-
no,
I'm-
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
taking Miami.
Josh Jacobs can make it. He gets going.
Oh
they
my
control the
God.
clock. It's so
And
many
who
different
knows,
ways
man? They
could
might be
win.
pumped up with Antonio Pierce. They might
Oh
be-
my
Oh
God.
my God.
Come on, man.
Look, we all pick Miami.
Welcome
Yeah.
to
So
the
they're gonna
rookie.
lose. They're gonna lose.
They're gonna get smoked, and I'm
They're gonna
calling it right now. They're gonna get smoked. And Antonio,
Oh, man.
he's a good guy. He's a good player, and all
Oh,
that
heck yeah,
stuff.
Antonio
But yeah,
Pierce. Hell
it's
yeah.
gonna come back down to reality. You know what I mean?
All right.
It's gonna
Oh.
come back
All
down.
right.
They're
It's
gonna get
Miami
smoked.
all the way through, guys.
Because I don't even know who their secondary is. Who's gonna keep up with Tyreek Hill today?
Yeah.
That's just my biggest thing.
Nobody
said
keep
that
with
about the
Tyreek Hill.
Eagles.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill might have.
Keep
The
up with
Eagles didn't do it
20
either.
yards receiving
Tyreek
today.
only scored 7 points. Technically, that's all he did.
Yeah. So
All right, that brings us to the next one, and Jermaine's probably going to say the same thing. So we got the Chargers and Green Bay. The Chargers
Oh,
are 4
God.
and 5. Green Bay
Oh.
is 3 and 6. So
That's a tough one.
Chargers and Green Bay, man.
I think, what did I say last week? I said San Diego got their win. Mike got mad because that's what put me over the top, and I'm
Right.
running with it now. You know what I mean? So what did I say a couple weeks ago? That San Diego, I said this will be their last win.
Eugene
Last
Eugene
week.
picks the Raiders, by the way. Sorry.
Who,
Yeah.
Eugene,
Oh, Eugene. He picked the
man,
Raiders.
this is one of go back to sleep, Eugene. Man, what are you talking about? Raiders, man? Stop, man. Stop. So anyway, no, Mike's right. This is a tough one. It is. It's a very. I mean, is it in Green Bay? It's
It's in Green Bay.
I'm taking just the simple fact that Los Angeles got to travel. I'm gonna take Green Bay.
All right,
All
so
right.
you're taking Green Bay.
Mike.
All right.
Man, I just got this feeling they're gonna let me down.
If they do,
Chargers-
Mike,
taking the LA Chargers.
over now. Yeah, it's over for
I'm
you.
so I'll be so mad. I'm picking the Chargers because
All right.
they have so much talent.
Yeah, they do.
like
They do.
like Jordan Love right now just hasn't figured it out yet. That Green Bay offense is working towards some things, but just another year, I think. But that Chargers is just primed and ready to go. But dang, they can't just get it together when they need to get it together. I get so mad with them, so frustrating. But I'm gonna try it one more time. If they lose, it's shame on me. It clearly shame on me if they lose. But Chargers.
Chargers.
Eugene says you're on a streak, Jermaine, just like the Giants.
Yeah, let me show that.
I'm going to jump out the window with Mike here. I'm probably going to get my behind kicked on this, but I'm going to try the Chargers. I like Mike said, they just got so much talent. I'm not feeling the love for Jordan yet. I just don't, You're right, Mike. He just hasn't seemed to put it together yet. I know it's in Green Bay. I know the Chargers are traveling, but I don't know. This might come back to bite me in the behind, and Dre might tie me now. But I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one.
Oof, yeah. I mean, I'm not. Jordan Love really hasn't shown anything either. And I'm on the bottom of this list, so maybe I need to be on Jermaine's, wisdom here. Just the mere fact, I got to catch up, so I'm taking Green Bay, man.
Oh, this could be the game, Dre, that you time. There we go.
I got to take Green Bay.
Green Bay did show flashes against Pittsburgh last week, and I really thought Pittsburgh's defense was
and the
really
Chargers
beat them up.
Chargers bit me last week against Detroit. So
they're
inconsistent. How do you even go with them? They're inconsistent. You're really gambling. You're gambling.
Yeah,
I hear you, KD. I hear you, KD. They have no identity, but this is
Chargers. I don't know if they have
an
identity.
I was going to say.
Said Green Bay has no identity, and the Chargers do. Come on.
All right.
Maybe meant to put a comma instead of a period. I think he meant to say both of them.
Okay.
We got Jets, Jets.
Oh,
at
God.
Buffalo, who the Eagles play next week. So Jets are 4-5, Buffalo 5-5.
Go ahead, Jermaine.
Go ahead, Jermaine.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna go with just because Eugene's on here and everything, because he's a Jets fan. I think Buffalo's gonna pull it out. I think Buffalo's gonna win today. Buffalo's gonna win.
Mike,
I think Stephon Diggs, now they feel it. The game plan is gonna be all around Stephon Diggs today. That's what I'm thinking. I think he's gonna go to hell off today. So, yep, Buffalo.
Man. Yeah, I was going Buffalo. I'm hesitant, because they fired Ken Dorsey, and that's the answer to them having 12 people on the field and not being able to stop anybody on defense. But apparently that's just how it works in this league. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I want the Jets to win only so Buffalo can further collapse and we can stop annoying them as being great when they're not. But boy, the Jets just don't have no offense, man. I'm sorry. It's just
none. They got Breece Hall. That's it. You can't get the ball to Garrett Wilson.
Kid.
That's it.
Yeah,
I know.
Poor Zach Wilson. It's just not the guy. So Buffalo, I got to pick Buffalo, but I could easily see them losing. But yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo, did lose to the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised, but they're gonna feel as though this is a get right game, and then they goes like, "Oh yeah, we got it together," and they pointing the finger to pointing the finger to at that coordinator and stuff. I just believe it's Mike McDermott. You know what I mean? It starts with him, man. It starts with him. He's got to go. It's Dorsey was the scapegoat. So I feel as though it's McDermott. It's McDermott.
I mean, I feel like Dorsey had to do something behind the scenes, like he was like either talking trash or was mean to the players, or just McDermott was telling him how he wanted his offense to run, and Dorsey basically said, "I'm not doing it," and it was kind of more of a I'm the boss, so I'm gonna fire you if you don't do what I tell you kind of thing, because their offense was being productive this year, and they actually were running the ball more effective this year than they've ever done in the past, especially on a Daboll. So I don't really fault him for Josh Allen throwing turnovers. I mean, dude, Stephon Diggs didn't get a lot of targets, but it's not they can work through that. But it's all Allen as a KD.
That's what I was about to say.
Find a coordinator. I don't see how that makes a difference, but I guess we'll find out today.
Well, let me ask you guys a quick question. Do you put Stephon Diggs as an elite player, as an elite wide receiver with AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb and those kind of guys? Do you put him up there?
I do.
He's in the conversation.
Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sal, though, we might argue, but he's the next TO. He's running his mouth all the time.
I agree on that.
Not AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then, he put up that on that Twitter or wherever it was, he put up there talking about what he said. Man, he's causing noise. He's causing noise. He's causing distraction.
Yeah, and his brother's not helping either.
Yeah, as I was saying, his brother didn't help. You need to get out of here. Come to Dallas, right?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. Yeah. He's trying to push it over.
But just like KD mentioned before, I was on board with Buffalo the last 2 seasons, and I'm like Josh Allen, blah blah, and then I'm done with Buffalo. I'm done. Like Josh Allen is just not there, and I don't think he never will be. Jermaine, we've been saying it now. It's 3 years that they have no running game, So it goes back to McDermott. And you're playing the Chargers, so I'm gonna be funny here. Like you give whoever said the word impressive Cowboys, I'm gonna say impressive defense for the Jets to beat Buffalo because it's not really that impressive. So I'm taking the Jets. I'm sorry, guys. I am. I don't see Buffalo winning this game. It's a divisional game. They know each other. I don't see it, and I'm done with Buffalo. I'm off with them. They're frauds. They're completely frauds.
I just don't believe in it. Like Mike was saying, I don't believe in their offense. I don't think they could produce enough points if they're coming out here fired. Buffalo's fired up. They got something to prove. I just don't think the Jets is going to keep up. That's all.
It's like that Jets Chargers game. The Jets, if they get behind, they're not coming back.
They're not coming back.
It's simple. All the Buffalo has to do is get like a 7 or 14 point lead, and they can just relax the rest of the game. Yep. they're not going to lose.
Yep. Well, it ain't going to happen.
So, all right. So Jermaine has Buffalo, Mike has Buffalo, and Dre has Jets. I'm going to go with Buffalo on this one. So I just think I'm not thrilled with Buffalo, and I agree with everything you guys said about the quarterback play, the line play, and everything. But I just don't think the Jets have quite enough yet to take them out. So I think Buffalo. I think it's going to be close, but I think Buffalo is going to wind up pulling it out. All right, here we go. Tampa Bay at San Fran. Tampa Bay is 4-5. San Fran is 6-3. So,
who picked these? Who did this?
Well, we have to.
I know, but still, San Fran. I mean, come on, let's go. Come on, Sal.
So anybody not picking San Fran?
I'm taking Tampa Bay. No,
I'm not picking San Fran to cover the spread, but I am picking San Fran because the spread is 12 points. I'm not picking on the cover. I hate big spreads like that. It's just dirty for gambling. But other than that, no, I'm picking San Francisco.
I only had to write San Fran once for everybody. So.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody that's taking Tampa. So, which means that they would shock the hell out of us if they did, but they probably probably be like last week. But all right, gentlemen, the elephant in the room and the game of the week. Here we go. 8-1 Eagles against the 7-2 Chiefs. Andy Reid, Nick Sirianni. This is going down, man. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. You can go down the list. Eagles get a couple people back, Roby, Cam Jurgens. However, the big thing, Dallas Goedert's out. That is the killer. So because they just don't have a tight end that's any type of threat, which means they're going to shift coverage towards the real deal. But anyway, Jermaine, what do you think?
That's when you go. You don't have a tight end. That's when you go to the 3 wide receiver sets. And now you got Julio Jones really getting involved. He has an understanding of the playbook now. You got 2 weeks to prepare. So you're going to see a lot of Julio Jones being involved in this game and going forward until Goddard gets back. So that's going to be your quote unquote tight end. Tight end situation going with 3 wide receiver sets. That'll take the pressure off of AJ Brown, and you don't know what you're doing. They don't know what they're going to do. So, but with that being said, Andy Reid is 27-4 after the bye week. So you giving this man 2 weeks to prepare against his former team. He knows the team. So you're giving this man 2 weeks. Kansas City's defense has been really stepping up the last few weeks and stuff. So I had the next 6 games, I had the Eagles going 4-2. Okay. I had them going 4-2. So with that being said, guess what?
You're taking
Eagles.
Eagles. You're taking KC.
I'm taking. I think it's going to be the first game that they're going to do. That they're going to lose the one. The one out of the 2. They're going to do, and unless, like I said, I'm rooting for the Eagles, but I'm praying that secondary, that back end gets tightened up. That's all.
Mhm.
And Dre, to your point, because you're so sold on the front four and everything, this is the first game. This is the first game that they go against a mobile quarterback, so they cannot be aggressive and all that, and then overplay, and then Patrick Mahomes takes off. So I want to see. I'm paying attention to this front four. I'm paying attention to them, to see what they're going to do with a mobile quarterback. Because now you got Patrick, and then you got Josh Allen. Is another mobile quarterback. Let's see what they can do now against mobile quarterbacks. So I'm picking against my team.
Well,
I don't want to.
Mhm.
So I'm going with Kansas City.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't Dak a mobile quarterback? You wouldn't consider Dak a?
Dak is not.
No, I don't consider Dak a mobile quarterback.
Yeah. I don't consider.
Patrick's a creator.
Yeah.
Hey, you got help from the house.
Help from the house. Lance comes out here to embarrass Philly. Oh man,
you got design plays for Josh Allen. So yeah. What's up,
Lance?
What's up,
Lance? Wait till you hear from me, Lance.
All right, Mike. What do you think, bud?
I think actually exactly what Jermaine thinks. You know what? I think the first matchup that you said, Sal, was the one I thought was going to make the big difference, and that's Nick Sirianni and Sean Desai, and I can't think of the offensive coordinator's name right now. But that coaching staff going up against Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo, I think there's like in the Super Bowl, it came down to coaching and adjustments and stuff. And Andy, I think, is just a step ahead of the squad is ahead of Sirianni's team, and I think you're going to see some of that today. I think the loss of Dallas Goedert cannot be understated. I think that's a big loss. I think it has a big impact, not necessarily in the passing game, but more so a blocking and also helping that run game out.
Yeah, true.
That's just a critical component that I think is going to put more pressure on Jalen Hurts, especially with the way that the Chiefs defense has been playing lately. I mean, they were able to kind of contain Miami's offense. So I thought that was pretty impressive. I really thought Miami was going to be a shootout with them. So yeah, I am going Kansas City. I think, it's in KC too. So I got the Chiefs. I think this is one of those games that Philly might struggle a little bit, and it will only the wheels are falling off. It just means that they just lost to the Chiefs. That's all.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, if Philly loses, I mean, I still got them. Like I said, 4-2. But this is the game. Like I said, Andy Reid 27-4. That's all. I mean, you're giving them 2 extra weeks to 27-4 is very impressive after a bye week. So I mean, being in the league for 31 years, I mean, you get that. Yeah. So. Yeah, it's not like the wheels are falling off and panic attacks setting in and stuff, So
it's out of conference. I mean, it doesn't matter if you lose. I mean, it's just a loss.
Well, home field is what they're going for now. That's the big thing.
Oh, true.
And
the we're still in the driver's seat with that.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I mean, you still got some teams that are close. I mean, it's funny with the schedule. Everybody was picking that the Lions were actually going to go ahead of the Eagles because the Lions have such an easy schedule at the end of the year that they could end up pulling ahead. So there was an article about that, but we'll talk about that later. Dre, you want me to go or you want to go?
Yeah, you go. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna light this up. I'm gonna light it up.
I know that KD always says I'm not an Eagles fan, and he, so. And I picked against the Eagles a lot this year. Part of it.
Did you ever?
Part of it was because it was working and they were winning every time I picked against them, and then I started picking them, and my record got better. This is a tough one because it's in Kansas City. It is tough because Andy Reid does know the system. Brian Johnson, as you mentioned, Mike, who's the offense coordinator for the Eagles, he does worry me because I just don't see him making those adjustments. However, I do think the Eagles find a way to pull this out somehow. So I'm going with the Eagles on this one. I'm not going to lose faith on this game. So,
go ahead.
I am going to go with the Eagles on this one. And KD, you can gotta for that, man. I'm going bold here.
Give him his props, KD. Give him his props, man. Hey, I commend you.
He's trying to earn the right to wear that jersey he's got on.
Right,
man. It's going to be a tight one, and I can wind up biting me. And Dre, what you got, man?
They lose.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's a good one. Now, here's my thing. What's the difference between Miami and Kansas City?
What's the difference?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Patrick Mahomes, right?
What's the difference between Tua and Mahomes?
I would say Patrick Mahomes, and I'm gonna say the cheetah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City has average wide receivers, and we saw that last year against the Super Bowl, right? He only has Kelsey. If his Kelsey's not healthy, they don't go nowhere. They're struggling. Actually, I don't see Kansas City the way they. This is the different Kansas City team from last season, in my opinion. Okay, it's my point of view, my fan of the game, whatever you want to call it, his perspective. I feel though that Philly can win this game at Arrowhead if they can get other players to step up. I think Swift is going to catch more in the backfield. Kansas City's defense is weak in the tight end, but we lost the tight end, so that kind of hurt. I was hoping to have Dallas Goedert and all that, but it didn't happen. So other players got to step up, like you said, Julio Jones, our other fourth wide receiver. I forgot the other guy's name. What was his name?
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah.
He went to
St. Joe's Zacchaeus.
Yeah. So yeah, Patrick Mahomes, I think is going to be doing a lot of scrambling this time around. He's going to be doing his thing, but I just think Philadelphia can pull out and win this game. And I'm gonna put a number in. I'm gonna say they're gonna win by 7. I do. Okay. I think not by a field goal, by 7. I really feel that I'm still sold in the front four. Yeah, Jermaine, they gotta get this guy, scrambling quarterback and all that. But at the same time, you're pressuring the offensive line, their offensive line, right? So it's going to put pressure on them for Patrick Mahomes to get out and find the openings and do his thing. So I got KC guys.
I think
I'm sorry. I got Eagles. Excuse me.
The only thing with the front four, is that the front four is great with the pass rush, but then the Chiefs, when it comes to win rate, have the highest win rate when it comes to pass blocking. So it's that whole matchup of, if they don't get pressure, those garbage receivers that Kansas City have, are they garbage enough that they can beat garbage, Bradbury?
But that's the thing. But this is a good point. Our secondary is not that great, right? So hopefully they do better today. I mean, tomorrow.
Who's the most garbage, right?
That's right. Well,
that's the thing. I mean, what is this speedy wide receiver's name again? Rice or he on Kansas City? What is that? He's a rookie, isn't he? I mean, I just don't. I'm just not comfortable with this game at all. I mean, they got to play. Secondary's got to play lights out. Sal, like you said, Bradley Roby's back. They got him back. So hopefully, that'll make somewhat of a difference. Trying to, So, but I'm just not really feeling comfortable. And then, just like Mike said, the wheels are not going to fall off if we do lose this game. Now, if we win this game. Woo,
we pretty much got home field throughout.
Right. You said 4-2. Like, I actually think we could beat Kansas City and Buffalo. I might even say we just lose one game, and that's probably a divisional game, probably against the Dallas Cowboys. But
come on, you know what game you're worried about losing?
San Francisco. He's very bad.
You can't. They put a whooping on Jacksonville. My eyes back to wide open because I was snoring the last 3 games that they was losing. And I was like, you know what?
Well, we got a lot of comments, guys, here. And Hef, you're right. I would have picked the Chargers if they had played all through. You're darn right on that. The Eagles and Chiefs are the best team in making adjustments. Hef says that is true, except for Brian Johnson. I still don't like. I don't know what his deal is.
AD, we're gonna sweep the East. We're gonna sweep the NFC.
Yeah.
You know what? I had to think about this the other day. I mean, I'm a realist. You know what I mean? I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Anybody that's out there knows that I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Mm-hmm. But it kills me because I think since I've been an Eagles fan, we should have been undefeated for the last 15, 20 years. Because everybody automatically picks the Eagles. Oh, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. Mm-hmm. Not one time have I heard anybody, even with you guys, with Sal. Dre, the last 4 seasons had the Eagles going undefeated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, right. I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, and I listen to the radio. Yeah, we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to. Let's just sit back. Let's just sit back and just look at what's happening here. You know? I mean, because if we would have been undefeated the last 20 years or whatnot, I mean, we should have had 10, 11 Super Bowls. I mean, let's just think about it. You know,
they had that Super Bowl last year. That's what drives everybody.
And
I think that's the driven factor for tomorrow too. They know that with the Super Bowl was a bad taste in their mouth, last year. So they're gonna bring it to Kansas City out there.
I hope so, and that's the thing because they didn't get any pressure last year, Dre. They did not get any pressure.
You're right.
So that's the first foremost thing on defense. It's like, look, we gotta get pressure on it. We gotta rattle Patrick Mahomes quick and early.
And maybe because Jalen Carter's here now. He wasn't there last year.
He's getting quadruple team now.
Well, check this out. They're saying that they're on pace. They're on pace to get to that record again with sacks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So right now, this time last year, they had 30 sacks. They got 29 this year.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, I get it, but let's see what they do with the mobile. I mean, Patrick's mobile and he likes to create things and whatnot. And, I still call him Brett Favre Jr., but we'll see.
Best team we ever had in a long time.
KD, calm down a little bit. I mean, that's secondary.
I know how KD feels. I thought the same way about San Francisco, man. When they lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and I was just kind of like, oh, they come back next year and they're going to tear it up. And sure enough, they didn't get back there. It's tough, especially the losing team. Almost every team, it seems like, has lost the Super Bowl hasn't made it back, the next year. The teams that won it have gone back, but the teams that lost it haven't.
Yeah.
We got Hef and KD going at it now still. I wasn't going to do this, but since Hef and KD are running their mouth here, we're going to have a bonus pick this week. Let's do it. Let's address the elephant in the room that Sam Howell leads the NFL in passing yards. Sam Howell.
How the hell that happened?
And we got the Giants and the Commodores this week. I call them the Commodores. We got the Giants and Commanders this week. If they lose, guys, if Washington loses, is that it for Rivera this week? Do they even wait till the end of the season at this point? Or is there any chance that they can lose?
There's no way in hell that Washington's going to lose to the Giants. There's just no way in hell. Giants showed me.
Anything can happen.
I was sick and tired of the Cowboys stats last week, which was totally fraud. Cowboys with that dang thing. Washington's going to smoke them because they're not, like I told you, Mike, they're not an NFL team right now. Giants are not an NFL team right now. They have no answers. They got nobody, got nothing. Washington all day.
I mean,
all day.
And then of course everyone's going to go nuts over the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to beat the 1-8 Panthers, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, you heard so
another bad team.
Another bad team." But I don't know, man. So, Mike, what do you think, man? I mean,
I got Commanders winning this game, but yes, if they lose to this Giants team that's in complete disarray, then I think you do have to consider sitting Ron down and having Bieniemy take over and see what you got with Bieniemy and see if that is the future. What I sure hope doesn't happen, which I know it will, is more rumors will come out like, oh, they're going to hire Belichick, which I think would be the worst thing they could possibly ever do for that team if they were to hire him. But
I'll pick an extension. I thought he already got an extension.
I don't know. They still keep throwing it out there that the Commanders are flirting with trying to get him somehow, which I just think that's a terrible idea. That's just not the energy that this team needs. But I think I think the Commanders will win. But if they lose, why not? At this point, why not? You might as well see what you got in house. No point in riding with Rivera the rest of the season if you ain't going nowhere. Might as well see what you got in Bieniemy.
Jermaine, what do you think?
I mean, it's the Washington Commanders versus the New York Giants. I mean, what else you want me to say? I mean, Sal, you got a coin with you? Flip a coin. That's all. That's the way I see it.
Dre, what do you think, man?
I already told you, Washington.
Yeah, he's going to Washington all day. All right.
Tommy DeVito.
All right. Well, let's finish up, Mike. I think we got time for a quick game, Mike. We haven't done that in a while,
Okay.
so let's get this in, even if we go a little bit over time today. What do you got, man?
All right, so you gotta get your little thinking caps on a little bit on this one. Not too difficult, but
shoot.
I got a little bit of a word game.
Is there adjectives?
So no adjectives. But what I got is you have to guess the NFL city and the nickname. So basically, what the team is, like Baltimore Ravens kind of thing.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a clue. So I'm going to give you like a set of words, and based off of that, you can figure out what the team is. So for example, if I say South Street National Bird, you'd be like Philadelphia Eagles. South Street is Philly. National Bird is the Eagles. So I'll go with this first one. President in charge.
It's got to be the Washington Commanders.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. You got it.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
All right. Let's try to see if I throw you a little curveball real quick. Donald Glover, Marvel hero.
Glover, Marvel hero.
Donald Glover, Marvel.
Where's the Marvel heroes at? That's what I'm trying to think. Not the Annapolis Crabs. Let's have some. This is a tough one, Mike.
That's a tough one, Mike.
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Then I'll tell you what it is.
It's got to be the Jets, maybe.
Nope.
No.
Marvel. That sounds like a Florida team, right?
Marvel hero.
Marvel hero. Miami Dolphins.
No.
Indianapolis Colts.
What show is Donald Glover on?
I forgot.
Yeah, I'm
popular show on FX. I'm surprised. Jumped it on. So it's Atlanta Falcons. So that show, TV show.
Is it Danny Glover or Donnie Glover?
Danny Glover.
Is it
Danny Glover? You mean
not Danny Glover? Donald Glover. Yes, ATL. Donald Glover, not Danny.
Okay.
Danny Glover's dad.
I was
you got me on that one.
Marvel Heroes, a Falcon, right? Falcon.
Oh, okay.
All right.
You got me on that one.
All right. I got this one. The Dirty Harry Gold Diggers.
Dirty
Harry Gold Diggers.
Wow.
Yeah. This one actually should be easy if you think about it.
Fran.
No, Houston.
Yeah. It's San Fran.
San Fran.
Dirty Harry.
Dirty
Harry was a San Francisco police department.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, the Gold Diggers 49.
Right.
All right, I got
that.
This one. Let's see. Toxic water Amazon box stuffers.
Oh God!
Toxic water Amazon box. Oh,
water. KD saying New Orleans Saints.
No.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's not the Saints.
Toxic water Amazon box.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The toxic water is the one that's throwing me. Who had toxic water? Oh, it's got to be.
New Orleans had toxic water. What? No one Katrina, was it? That would have been a good one.
Who was the recent with the train that got derailed?
You guys are thinking too much on it.
Okay.
Arizona Cardinals.
Nope.
Not Green Bay, huh?
Green Bay, Ravens, New Orleans.
Toxic water.
Toxic water.
Baltimore?
Actually, you already said the answer.
We did?
Raiders?
Yeah.
Ravens.
Oh, the Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders.
No.
Ravens.
Nope.
We already said the answer.
All right. Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
Think about it. Green water, right? Toxic water is green. So a Green Bay, a green water, and an Amazon box stuffer is a Packer.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Man, this is freaking riddles.
Wow.
That's
what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
This is like intense.
All right. I got this one. You guys might not know this if you didn't watch a certain show, but
I quit.
I quit.
I got one.
I said that. I know. I put it up on. I
got this one. Hamsterdam quotes.
Hamsterdam quotes.
Hamsterdam. If you watch a certain show, you know exactly what the answer is for this.
Amsterdam. I know the Amsterdam. That's
hamster, not hamster.
I know hamster.
I have no idea on this one.
Hamster.
That show. Why turning 49? This is
Hef's already said KD's already said the answers in the text in the thread.
At Baltimore?
Yes.
Is
The
it
Wire. If you guys watch The
Wire.
Wire,
Yeah.
they were to Amsterdam from The Wire and the quotes to
Yeah.
Raven.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Those in my mind.
Let's see. Princely Norseman.
Princely Norseman.
Man, what are you saying?
Minnesota.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you guess that one, Sal?
What was that?
Minnesota Vikings. How did you guess that?
Because
Minnesota.
it sounded purple to me. That was
Well,
their color.
Princely, if you think Prince is from Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Prince is from Minnesota.
And the Norsemen, Vikings are Norsemen.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I
Um,
was thinking as soon as I heard Prince and Purple, I was like, it's got to be Minnesota. Yeah.
Gotham Teddies.
Oh, that's easy. New York, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Gotham.
Gotham City.
Gotham City was in New York, wasn't it?
Nope.
No,
It's not. It's not New York.
Gotham. What was
Man.
Gotham? Yeah, what was Gotham?
Damn right, Steph. I'm pure, buddy.
How purified himself in the waters of the lake in Minnesota.
What's a Teddy? What's a Teddy?
What's a Teddy?
Are we
I'm
talking
yeah,
Teddy?
Are we talking about teams?
Are we talking
Yeah.
Tennessee or something?
Gotham Teddies.
Gotham Teddies.
Deshaun Watson.
Gotham's not in Tennessee.
No.
I said New York at first. I thought Gotham
It's not
City
New
was
York.
New York.
How about Cleveland?
No. Yes. I've got it.
Chicago. Really?
Yeah,
How did-
Gotham.
Oh, I didn't know.
Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All
And
right.
then Teddy Bear.
The Teddy.
All right.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Oh
We're
my
over.
God.
Hey guys, we're overthinking this stuff.
Yeah,
man.
so-
Honestly,
yeah.
we are.
Is it
way
lunchtime?
over-
Is it time to eat lunch? My brain
We
ain't
are way
working.
overthinking this.
All right, let's
All right.
do one
I got-
more. One more.
All right.
One last
This
one.
one This one might be tough. Metropolis Raptors.
Metropolis Raptors. Well, the Raptors basketball team
It's in Toronto.
is in Toronto,
You
but there's no
overthink it.
Toronto.
No.
Yeah. It's a metropolis. God.
Miami.
I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Metropolis.
New York.
New
York. We said New
Yes.
York.
New York.
Okay. Metropolis. Yeah. So you got one part of it.
Okay.
New York Giants.
New York Jets.
Yes. Jets. Because
Okay.
Raptor is a jet, right?
Right. Raptors. is Jets.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's it.
All right,
Yeah.
my brain's working.
Good one, man.
He said my pizza's here.
Well, I got Prince, so give me that one. At least I got Minnesota and I got
Yeah,
the
that was a
first
hard one, man.
I got the
I only
first
got
one.
two. I had San Fran in this one. That's all I got.
Yeah, I got two as well.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the Mad Libs. I think that one, or even let's go up to the Mountain Climber. We haven't done the Mountain Climber in a while.
Oh
Let's get
man,
back
for
to
like
that.
prices.
Yeah.
Prices
I
Right.
got
Oh,
that
man,
ready.
that
We'll
joint-
hit that after
That joint was
Thanksgiving.
funny.
I'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys joining us always. Hey, we had a lot of people in the chat this week. We'd like to thank everybody in the chat this week, from the All Dressed Up podcast, KD and Hef, to Lance joining us today. We appreciate you. And
Eugene.
who else did we get
Yo,
in here? I
what
don't
up,
want to forget
everybody?
anybody.
Yes.
So I think
Eugene,
that
yeah.
Eugene is in there as well.
Yep.
So we appreciate everybody who's listening to our podcast. Hey, change of time this week. Remember, we are Wednesday night this week at 8:00 instead of Sunday the next week because of the holiday. So check us out Wednesday night this week, 8:00. We have to pick the games early because there's games Thursday and Friday, obviously. So check us out, please, this Wednesday night at 8:00. And as always, you can follow us on the major social media platforms. Email us at enoughsaidcrew@gmail.com and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are live on YouTube and Twitter, so you can also check us out on there. Everybody have a great week. We all good?
Oh,
see
yeah,
what happens
man.
tomorrow night. You know,
All
the
right.
picks will be
Yes.
flying, right?
I got some wins over
All right.
Jermaine.
We all got different
Looking
picks this
forward
week.
to
This is
tomorrow.
gonna be interesting. So, all right, guys, have a
Let's
good
go,
one,
Eagles.
and we'll
Let's
catch
do it.
you in a few days, man. Short week here.
All right, y'all.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Everybody.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya. Yep.